what was I gonna talk about? The human rights. I don't know if you guys caught it yet, but I've been spreading the word around lately saying that where the error is at, because in everything that we're being treated like, sometimes it's just that we're not documented as a human. So it's very important that this is on paper or whatever, that we are when we represent. Look at my crazy eye. I'm just kidding, but oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Some people say I have a crazy eye. So anyways, I was telling you that so there's a okay, so whenever you're going to be a human or whatever, right? You have standards, you have specifications, you have to be like, um, you have to have everything in order. Like, okay, what are you? It's part of your dignity. You got you, but then they're treating you like you're nothing, right? So then you're like, what's wrong here? When something's not going right, you got to know that something's not right, and that like it's not something's not meeting specifications somewhere, or something like that, that it's not to bring anybody down, it's not to bring anybody up, it's for freedom of all of us right now, and to have an understanding that nothing is going to change from the laws part, because we want to keep that, and we just want to be like more negotiable with that, because we're not you guys cannot take somebody's life or give them consecutive life sentences. um you're supposed to some people will have to live, everybody has to live, that's for sure. We're not here, you can't kill, that's illegal, and it's also against the 10 commandments. So this would be like the second time that this is a rule, and pretty much for every human the only rules are to like follow the 10 commandments, and then with those will be your rules for life, and then follow those and you should be okay. Just know that they're there for a reason, and that every time you happen to run into these situations, then know that you can't go against them like at heart or anything, because after that, when you go against God, then it's pretty bad. And I wouldn't recommend it. By following him and his commands, things are happen to where like you become like a peer. And well, how do you think all of this happened? Do you think it was just magic, or like how do you think the spirit moves whenever like he has his whenever we're that bounded to him? I don't go to church off. I don't go to church at all. The only installations that I have in me are my installations that I learned from catechism, and those will be like my basic standards for life. I have some what is it, knowledge in that, and I did my first communion in first grade, where I had to memorize a lot of things. I want to ask that we don't lose that structure, like continue to teach it if you can. It's one of the best gifts that God has given us from the whole since day one. They're important because it's what's making the government today. It's how government was made. Even though they try to keep it apart, it's how it's being made. The human part, though, it's very important that if somebody wanted to come and run a production, everything has to be on point. Like it can't have a missing letter. I can't have a missing nothing, or add a letter. It has to have what it is. And so far, we're not documented on anything that says human. So we're gonna be like, well, we could mark it in our birth certificates, and then, well, I went ahead and I did a digital birth certificate, and it's the living. And I try to send some things out to have an amendment made, because it wouldn't be able to fall in the category with the DMV process if it doesn't even meet the birth standards. And so that's very important, the human part, in order for us to continue or to go forward. we're going to have this. It's very important that this is on every document. So human rights cannot be having rights if it's not on a document and it's not to all same understanding. All have to understand that it's very important that this is on a document and that we're documented as a human, so that we're not treated as a territory, or like um or we were not, it doesn't even have our status on our birth certificates. So if they call Pueblo people, then they're calling us like a village. So then that's also territory, and we got to be really firm on the wording, to where we all have our wording, and people means people, not, and people does mean Pueblo too, but it's for the Pueblo. It's like for the village, so village, and then we got people, we got humans, and now we're going to start our own individual process. So yeah, that's pretty much what everybody's talking about today. I don't know if you guys are catching on, but it's very important that this is known now, because in 2 more days it's going to be like not the same as it was yesterday, or like it doesn't matter. After this, going forward, we can choose a king, we could choose a god if we want. There's nothing that's going to stop us from forgetting the story, and so I'll be firm on that. And I need the bombings to stop on the lands now. Stop bombing them, because we're never going to forget his story. And just come to understand that, and the story is already known. It's the reason why I am here, because I know what happened. And without having to be disrespectful, I want to just say that I know more than you guys think. And what else? It's not forgotten. The story's never of the story of Jesus is not going to be forgotten. The story of God Son is never going to be forgotten. The story of the book that you burned is not going to be forgotten. So that's what we're pretty much doing right here, right now. What's happening is that the older ones, they're gonna grow age. They're gonna age, and he's right here, right now, where you guys left off. So going forward, everything has already passed through, and we're like in a different realm now. See how young he is, and then you see how old you are. You're not gonna come back this way anymore, because there's nothing for you that says whatever the status is that you are. And your mission's pretty much up already. But without being disrespectful, we're gonna let him continue his life, and we're with him 100%. And there's not gonna be no more bombings on no land, so that needs to stop now. And if anybody has a problem with that, go ahead, and I suggest you speak on that rather than fight. Because we're not going to be no more fighting unless it's his decision. And I don't think anybody wants to have any fighting right now. Anybody wants to have anything that's gonna keep us from going to heaven. We're not going to kill for somebody else. So know that we're going to be bound to the 10 commandments as a human that we are. We don't really want to recommend bad, because we're pursuing a different structure, that to where it went from gangs to profession on things. Like we went from like things like, we want everything to be a pro now that we're human. We want to go pro on everything that we're doing and deciding going forward. I don't know if you guys know that yet, but we expect that. So if you guys are like fighting, hey, go for it, but make it a profession in it. And then you want to go like we want to make things too where like everything's like to doing what you love, like, because that's what life is about. And it's not about however it was before. And if we want to come up with our own currency or and stuff, we can do that too. But the thing is that we're gonna have to work together, all one understanding. And the human part has to be there, and I'll have to know and check their documents to confirm that. Tell me if it says that or if it's missing, and then we'll put a specification on it, and then we'll get started on the human rights tomorrow. That way we can stop all the stuff already from the past and let it go, and go forward. Um, After that, that way that'll conclude a lot of stuff that doesn't need to happen. And so we'll also have a set time to like the the standards of like 20 years of prison, 50 years, that has to stay firm. There's no need to see a judge in 3 days for that. And what else? 3 days is no. You might not even be able to see a public defender because there wouldn't be no. There wouldn't be. It's gonna be an absolute no. You'll have to wait the 20 years that you're doing your time until we decide if we want to let you out for whatever you guys do wrong going forward. We're not going to accept anything that's out of line here. And also too, everybody here on the outs, it doesn't matter. Like we're all gonna be our own individual protection protectors right here, right now. Um, so if you guys see something out of line, stop that. If you guys see anything, like if you guys see somebody like shooting up a store or whatever, you could actually tackle that guy down from behind, hold him down if you know how, and hold him down and take that shit away and hold him down until cops get there if you need to. I would really like to see these things happen. If these things ever occurred, like literally. In my days, my friends did that for my uncle. One time, a guy hit his my uncle's car, and the guy tried to run or something, and my friends they like I don't know how, but they were holding the guy down until the cops got there. So like it's not against the law to do these things. Know your laws and follow the 10 commandments, and that's pretty basic. For the standards, and obey those, and just always tell the truth, and you should be good. I could teach you more, but I'm gonna end it now. Put the human on the status, and then we're gonna go for it. That'll be all. Good night.